Welcome to Oculus of the Wise. The moment your eyes found this message, a name was spoken in heaven. Your name, do not look away. Do not let the noise around you pull you out of this. What is about to happen in the next few minutes has been scheduled since before you drew your first breath. And if you leave before it is finished, this window closes. Not tomorrow, not next week. It closes the second you scroll away. Heaven does not repeat its most sacred appointments. Chosen one, I need you to understand something before anything else. I did not write this message, I was given it. God woke me from a dead sleep and placed me before a vision I was not prepared for. And he said, write down what you see, because there is someone who is going to find this at the exact moment when they are closest to giving up on everything that was written over their life. And I believe with everything in me that person is you. Stay right here, because the enemy has been betting everything on you leaving, and we are not going to let him win today. Now let me tell you what God showed me. I saw a door, not a small door, a door that stretched so high I could not see the top of it, and it was sealed with 3 locks. And on the other side of that door, I could hear things. Good things, impossible things, things that your name had been attached to since the day you were born, things that have been waiting. And then I heard God's voice, clear and steady, like the sound of rushing water that somehow manages to be quiet at the same time. He said, one of my children is standing on the other side of this door right now. They have been standing there for a very long time. Tell them the locks are opening. Tell them not to move. Tell them what I see when I look at them, because they have forgotten. And what he showed me next is what I am about to share with you. Do not skip this. Stay with me. Here is what God sees when he looks at you. He does not see your failures first. He does not see the version of you that has made mistakes and carried shame and gone to sleep, wondering if you even matter. He sees what he designed. He sees what he wrote over you in eternity before time began. And what he designed for your life is so far beyond what the enemy has tried to reduce you to that. If you could see it for even 1 second, you would not recognize yourself. But here is the problem. You have been looking at yourself through a mirror that was shattered a long time ago. Shattered by rejection, by people who should have loved you but didn't, by doors that closed in your face when you had done everything right, by seasons of silence where you prayed and the ceiling felt like concrete and no answer came. That broken mirror has been showing you a version of yourself that is incomplete, and you have been building your entire life around an image that was never true. Can you feel something shifting right now, even as you read this? That tightness in your chest that is not quite pain, but is not quite comfortable either. That is not anxiety, that is recognition. That is the part of you that already knows this message was not meant for anyone else. Let me tell you something that will explain everything you have been through. Every rejection that felt personal, every delay that felt like abandonment, every relationship that crumbled when you needed it most, every dream that seemed to die quietly without even being given a fair chance. I need you to understand this truth, and I need you to stay with it, because it is going to change the way you see your entire past. The enemy does not waste his strongest attacks on ordinary lives. He does not mobilize his heaviest artillery against people who do not threaten him. Every weapon that has been aimed at you, every whisper that told you that you were too broken, too late, too ordinary, too far gone, was not sent to someone insignificant. It was sent to someone whose destiny the enemy has been trying to abort for years. The intensity of the attack is not evidence that you are weak. It is evidence that you are dangerous to everything he has built, and he knows what is written over your life even when you have forgotten it. He has seen the scroll with your name on it, and he has been working quietly and relentlessly to make sure you give up before you ever step into what is written there. That is why the pain was real. That is why the opposition was fierce. That is why walking away has sometimes felt easier than holding on, because he knows if you hold on, everything changes, not just for you, for the people you are going to reach, for the lives that are waiting on the other side of your breakthrough. He is not fighting against your feelings, he is fighting against your future. And today, right here, that fight ends. Do not move, do not scroll. The next thing I am about to tell you is the thing he worked hardest to keep you from ever hearing. Here is the truth that changes everything. The pain was not punishment. Every closed door was protection from a path that would have destroyed the version of you that God needed. Every betrayal cut loose a connection that would have poisoned your destiny. Every failure stripped away the arrogance or the fear or the smallness that the next chapter cannot afford to carry. You were not being forgotten in those seasons. You were being forged. You were not being left behind. You were being built up to a weight of glory that takes time to carry well. Consider what was happening inside Joseph while he sat in that prison. Not the story, the experience, the cold floor, the silence, the complete collapse of everything he had believed about his future. 13 years of waiting so far outside of what he had been promised that hope must have felt like a language he used to speak but could no longer remember. And the entire time, God was not absent. God was building a ruler. God was designing a deliverer. God was constructing in the dark the very character that would be required to hold the authority that was coming. And when Joseph finally stepped into the room with Pharaoh, the brothers who had thrown him in a pit to die bowed before a man they did not recognize. They could not see who he had become. The transformation was that complete. That same process is happening in you, right now, in real time. Hold on to that. Now I need you to do something. Before we go any further, if this message is landing in the right place inside you, type the words "I will not leave" in the comments below. Not because it is a formula, but because your declaration matters when you speak it. You are telling the enemy that his last attempt to get you to walk away from your assignment did not work. You are telling heaven that you are still here, still standing, still believing. Type it now. And if you are watching this on Oculus of the Wise for the first time, subscribe right now and turn on every notification, because what God is releasing through this channel is sequential. Each message builds on the one before it. Miss one and you are reading a story with pages torn out. Subscribe right now. The next message may be the most important thing you hear this year. Now, let me show you the 5 signs that your transformation has already begun. Do not skip a single one, because each one builds on what came before it. Sign 1. You no longer belong where you used to fit. The places that once felt like home feel foreign now. The conversations that once satisfied you feel hollow. The people who once made you feel seen now seem to speak a language you are forgetting how to speak. You are not becoming cold. You are not becoming prideful. You are becoming aligned. God is physically separating you from environments and connections that cannot contain who you are becoming. A butterfly cannot live on the ground. When you have wings, the surface changes. Sign 2. Your appetite has shifted in ways you cannot fully explain. Things that used to grab your attention now repel you. Entertainment that once felt harmless now feels like something is warning you away from it. You find yourself hungering for something deeper, something more real, something that actually reaches the part of you that other things stopped being able to touch. That hunger is not restlessness. It is your spirit registering that a new season requires a new diet. Sign 3. You are under a pressure right now that feels different from ordinary difficulty. It is not just hard, it is suffocating in a specific way, confined in a specific way, dark in a specific way. And I need to tell you exactly what that means, because if you misread this sign, you will abort the very process that is completing you. Do you know what a caterpillar experiences inside the cocoon? Its entire body turns to liquid, not metaphorically, Literally, every structure it has ever known dissolves completely. And from that dissolution, from that total breaking down of what it was, an entirely different creature is assembled. The butterfly does not remember being a caterpillar. It is not an improved caterpillar. It is a different being entirely. That breaking is not death. It is redesign. If you are feeling dissolved right now, if you are feeling like everything you used to be is coming undone, do not run from it. You are in the cocoon. And what comes out of the cocoon is going to make people look twice. Do not skip. The next sign explains what has already been released over your life in the spirit realm. Sign 4. Old chains are losing their grip without you, trying very hard to break them. Patterns that once controlled you are releasing. Thought cycles that once imprisoned you are dissolving. You will notice this quietly at first. A temptation you used to lose to now holds less power. A fear that used to dictate your decisions now whispers instead of shouts. This is not your willpower. This is transformation working from the inside out. The old version of you is being deleted. The new creation is being installed. Sign 5. In the quiet moments you catch glimpses. In dreams, or in that half-awake space before full consciousness, you see yourself doing things you have never done. Walking into rooms with authority you do not currently carry. Speaking words that stop people in their tracks. Standing somewhere and knowing, without being told, that you belong there and that you were made for it. Those are not fantasies, those are previews. Heaven is showing you the finished version, so that when you arrive, the recognition is immediate. If even 2 of these signs are true for you right now, you are in the middle of your transformation, and you need to know what heaven has been doing while you were in it. There is a scroll in heaven with your name written at the top, and on that scroll is recorded every single thing that has been taken from you, every year that felt wasted, every relationship that should have gone differently, every dream that got deferred so long it started to feel impossible, every version of joy that you lost before you were ready to lose it. All of it is recorded. And next to each entry on that scroll is a date, a specific, appointed date of return. And heaven does not do simple restoration. Heaven does supernatural restoration. What was taken in ordinary measure comes back in extraordinary abundance. What was lost in one season comes back multiplied across every season that follows. What was broken in weakness comes back, rebuilt in a strength that surprises even you. Do not scroll, because I need to tell you what is already in motion right now. Heaven has issued an acceleration order over your life. You have been climbing at a human pace through seasons that felt like they were lasting forever. God is collapsing time. The connections that should have taken years to build are going to appear at the right moment without you chasing them. The doors that have been sealed are going to open without you forcing them. Resources you could not have generated on your own are going to find their way to you through paths you did not plan. This is not because you are perfect. This is because the appointed time has arrived, and heaven is serious about making up for the lost years. Feel that for a moment, that sensation at the base of your neck, that something shifting in the atmosphere around you. That is real. That is the spiritual realm responding to the word that is being released over your life right now. Archangel Michael has been assigned to stand at the threshold of your transformation. His sword is drawn, because the enemy can see what you are about to step into, and he is going to make one final push in the next 72 hours to get you to doubt everything you just received. A thought will come. That sounds like wisdom, but leads to giving up. A feeling will rise that makes the breakthrough feel impossible. A circumstance will appear that seems like confirmation that nothing is changing. Recognize every single one of those things for what they are. They are not truth. They are the last attack before the window opens all the way. Do not fall for it. Hold your ground. Now I need you to seal this over your life. And I mean seal it, not read it, not think it quietly. Say this out loud, right now, wherever you are. Let the walls of that room hear it. I declare that my transformation is not coming, it has already begun. The version of me that heaven designed has always existed, and today it is being unveiled. I am not who the enemy says I am. I am not who my past says I am. I am not who fear says I am. I am not who my failures say I am. I am who God says I am, and God says I am chosen. God says I am appointed. God says I am anointed for a purpose that was written before time began. Every chain falls off my life right now. Every door that was sealed by the enemy's interference is being opened by heaven's authority. Every year that felt wasted is being restored with interest. The old version of me is gone. The new creation is standing up. I will not look back. I will not shrink back. I will not apologize for the calling on my life. I receive this. I receive all of it in the name of Jesus. Amen. Heaven recorded that. The enemy heard it. The angels assigned to your next season just received their orders before you go. 3 things. First, hit the like button right now. That is not about a number. That is your declaration to heaven that you were present for this appointment, that you received the word and you are not walking away from it. Second, share this video with one person in your life who is on the edge of giving up on something that God wrote over their life. You do not have to explain it. Just send it. When you release this word to someone else, it multiplies back to you. You become the messenger that someone was praying for without knowing what they were praying for. Third, subscribe to Oculus of the Wise and turn on every notification, because this message is one piece of a larger revelation that God is unfolding through this channel. The next message goes even deeper into who you are becoming and what your specific assignment is in this season. Do not miss it. Subscribe now. Drop your city and your state in the comments. Let the remnant of chosen ones see where heaven is doing this work. Let the record show where you were standing when your transformation was sealed. Chosen one. You came to this screen today not knowing what was waiting here. You are leaving differently than you arrived. Something has shifted, something that cannot be undone. Walk differently, starting right now. Think differently, starting right now. Because the person who started watching this message and the person finishing it are not the same. The door is opening, the locks are falling, the scroll is being honored. Rise, your becoming is official, and nothing will ever be the same.